Hi everyone, I'm Derek. Welcome to There Will Be Cars. This week I'm testing the 2022 Lexus NX 350h. 2022 marks the start of its second generation, and as you can imagine, there are a number of changes for this new model. Of course, Lexus completely redesigned it, but it did a lot more than that. So now you've got 4 engine options, including a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, a plug-in hybrid, and this model right here, a regular hybrid, the NX 350h. On top of all of that, Lexus completely redid the interior, so there's new infotainment, convenience, and safety technologies. Before I get into all of the exterior, interior, and powertrain changes, I just wanted to say if you're into Lexus vehicles, you can go ahead and click the link up top. That'll take you to my playlist of Lexus reviews. I'll also put it in the description below the video. Up front, you have the familiar spindle grille, but this time around it has these U-shaped inserts. Of course, Lexus didn't miss an opportunity to put some L-shaped elements. You got them there in the daytime running lights above the available triple beam LEDs. And down here you have these little bitty fog lights. My luxury model tester here has these polished 20-inch wheels. Oddly enough, Lexus went with black wheel arch trim instead of body color. You have some bright work around the greenhouse glass here, and then these heated power folding mirrors. Lexus resisted the urge to go with a floating roof effect, which is nice because that seems to be done a lot these days. This is a pretty nice angle back here. I like the crease right here and the curvature to the back end. And it seems like they kept the rear overhang pretty short. Up top here, you have a body color rear spoiler. And then instead of an L-shaped badge, you have Lexus spelled out in the middle, right below this full-width light bar that connects the tail lights. So you do have these L-shaped elements, just like the front end, but again, no badge. This is a new direction that Lexus has been going in lately. So if you're familiar with the new LX, you probably recognize the same treatment to the rear end of that vehicle. I'm going to come around to the other side to show you one of the other updates Lexus made to the NX. It's a small one, but there is a significance to it. So these look like regular door handles, like you could reach in here and pull them out. These don't move. There's a little touchpad on the inside. So if you want to open the door, you just hit that touchpad and then pull this handle. It's all fixed. Under the hood is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder gas engine that's connected to a lithium-ion battery and 3 electric motor generators. The first one functions as a generator, starts the engine, and charges the hybrid battery. The second one drives the front wheels and collects energy from regenerative braking. Like the second motor generator, the third collects regenerative braking energy, but it also powers the rear wheels. Altogether, total system output is 239 horsepower. As you probably expected, power is routed through an electronic CVT as well as all-wheel drive. At this point, you're probably wondering about the numbers, especially the fuel economy. According to the EPA, the NX 350h is good for 41 miles per gallon in the city, 37 miles per gallon on the highway, and 39 combined. I've got a couple of other numbers for you, 7.2 and 1.5. 7.2 is how many seconds it takes to hit 60 miles an hour from a dead stop, making it 1.5 seconds faster than the outgoing NX hybrid model. Inside the NX are a few firsts for the model line. Luckily, my luxury model tester has them. So up front is a 7-inch multi-information display. Above that is a 10-inch head-up display. Down here, I have a wireless phone charging pad. And then up top, I have a panoramic sunroof. Then there's this digital latch system. So you have this door pull right here. And then to open the door, you're supposed to press this button. The NX is the first Lexus vehicle to get the Lexus Safety System Plus 3.0. That comes with a variety of safety and driver assistance features, such as risk avoidance, emergency steer assist, left turn oncoming vehicle detection and braking, right and left turn oncoming pedestrian detection and braking, and dynamic radar cruise control with curve speed management. My NX tester also has the safe exit assist feature, so if I open the door, it warns me if there's an oncoming vehicle or cyclist. Some of the other features I have around me are a Mark Levinson audio system, open pore wood accents, this digital rear view mirror camera that comes in handy on the highway so that I know exactly who's behind me and to the sides of me without getting a view that's obstructed by the rear bodywork or the rear headrests. Then there's this new infotainment system with this massive screen, and unfortunately the start button placed this high up. I've driven this for almost a week. I've drove the LX 600 for a week, and I'm still not used to this being up here. Every time I want to start the vehicle, I look in this area, but for some reason Lexus put the start button way up there. Anyway, let's get back to the infotainment system. Lexus designed the Lexus interface to be primarily used with voice assist. So you use voice controls to access certain things, but to be honest with you, I've just been using the touch screen because to me that's quick, it's easy, it's natural at this point. You know, I don't have to use a touchpad like I did in certain other Lexus vehicles in the past. There are some other highlights like digital key. So if you have a Bluetooth enabled phone, and everybody does these days, you can use it to lock, unlock, start and stop the NX. Then there's these user profiles that you can save your preferred, seat settings into, and then they're stored in the cloud and you can bring them up with a Bluetooth device or you can log in. There's a variety of methods to bring those up. This is an attractive setup right here. I like these large knobs for the dual zone automatic climate control. I like the lighting there as well. There's a central volume knob, but unfortunately there's no tuning knob. And then right here you have your park assist feature and then your multi-view camera system. And down here in the middle, you've got this nicely located drive mode dial. So turn it to the left for eco mode, turn it to the right for sport, and then press the middle to put it back in normal. Then, like I said, the wireless charging pad. You also have a couple of charging options right here, and this little storage nook, a couple of cup holders, and then this Lexus LC-like shifter. Right here you have the brake hold feature, traction control. Then you have this sort of off-road mode button on the left. Then you can hit this to put it in EV mode, and then you've got an electronic parking brake switch right here. This center console lid is interesting because the front passenger can open it from their side, but then I can also open it from my side. According to Lexus, the GAK platform gives the new NX more headroom and legroom. I certainly have enough here in the second row, as well as this storage pocket, more wood grain accents, Mark Levinson speaker hardware, and the digital latch system. I also have these two HVAC vents in the back of the center console, as well as heated seat controls and a variety of charging options. There's even more good news. The back seats do recline a little bit, as you can see, but they don't move forward or backward. If no one happens to be riding in the middle seat, I can fold this down and get an armrest and a couple of cup holders. The other day I had to carry something rather large in the back of the NX. I'll show you that in a minute. And all I had to do to free up space to carry that was hit these two buttons in the back to power lower the rear seats. I've removed the top scratching post and the bed at the top, but this is most of a cat tower, and it fits easily in the back of the NX. Now let's take a look at what's under this mat. So you lift up on this, and on the left, you got access to your battery. And then right here is this little storage compartment for the fold-out cargo cover. On the road in the NX, and I have to level with all of you, I did not have the highest hopes for this vehicle. Now, I've never driven an NX before this model, but I've driven enough of the lower tier vehicles from other manufacturers to be aware of the fact that sometimes when you drive a model like that, you can tell it feels a little more down market. You can feel where certain costs were saved, but I have to admit, this does not feel like any of those concessions were made. Now, granted, this is the luxury model, so you expect it to feel high-end, And yeah, the materials feel nice. It also feels very up to date. It doesn't feel as if the technology is lagging behind. So you got the digital rear view camera. You get this large center touchscreen that has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then there's a wireless charging pad. The absence of that instantly makes a 2022 vehicle feel a little behind the times. So it's got all of this modern technology, and then the fact that Lexus used this as a springboard for the Lexus Safety System Plus 3.0 setup. It also doesn't feel as if you're making huge concessions by going lower in the model hierarchy, you know? It feels nice, it's got Mark Levinson audio, it's got all this tech, you know, it's quiet, the ride quality is good. I was expecting it to be a little better. It's a little on the firm side sometimes, but you know, it's got a lot of the Lexus characteristics you expect. It does feel like a luxury vehicle in a lot of ways. Now, I have not filled this vehicle up, and I won't be filling it up to do a true fuel economy test and hand calculate the figures, but according to the onboard gauge, I'm getting 36.8 miles per gallon. Make of that what you will. You know, the actual hand crunched number might be higher, might be lower, but given the numbers I have, that's the way the fuel economy is looking right now. And one cool thing about the NX is not only is there a little more legroom and headroom, but on top of that, Lexus also made the cabin quieter and better insulated against road noise. And one last thing, Lexus also made the NX 350h faster from 0 to 60. So I'm gonna do a rough test of that. So I'm gonna pull out here. This won't be from 0, but it's a low speed roll. So 10, drop the hammer. It's noisy, but quick enough. In fact, I was surprised by this the other day. I was at this metered light at an on-ramp to the highway. So it's, you know, 2 lanes of cars next to each other, and then there's alternating red and green lights to let people get onto the freeway. So it was my turn to go. I mashed the gas, and the front wheels actually chirped with the acceleration. I was surprised by that. I'm running out of daylight here, so I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for watching my review of the 2022 Lexus NX 350h. If you liked what you saw, please go ahead and click the like button, and go ahead and subscribe to There Will Be Cars if you haven't already. I have a ton of content to check out. I've got 2022 vehicle reviews in a playlist. I have Lexus reviews in a playlist, and a lot of other playlists available for viewing. So check them out. Thanks for watching.